Well, exciting lineup of guests at the Nasscom Product Conclave here in Bangalore. I'm Vasanthi, and we have the LinkedIn Vice President here, Michael Korcuska. Thank you so much for joining us, Michael.
It's my pleasure to be here.
And you've, of course, come in all the way from the Silicon Valley. Tell us, how does it feel like at the, what's the buzz and the energy here?
Well, it's really exciting. I've been coming to Bangalore since 2002, so more than a dozen years now. And you really can sense the difference in terms of the startup culture,
right?
From even 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been quite impressive in the energy and the talent.
If you were to put your finger on one aspect that you really see is different from the way you saw it a few years back, what would that be?
Well, it's really the emergence of a consumer internet culture. Obviously, everyone knows the large service providers, the TCS and Reliance and all these large companies. But what we're seeing is a real startup scene, both in enterprise but also consumer internet, and that's exciting to see.
Well, LinkedIn, such a sought-after professional network, almost everyone is using it. What are the numbers like in India?
Well, we have 29 million members, 28 million members in India now. It's our second largest country after the United States, so it's a very important market to us.
Yes, I'm sure we are. In terms of your plans ahead, and also what kind of trends that you see emerging in the year to come?
Well, obviously mobile is continues to be an enormous wave sweeping the industry, and if companies haven't figured it out yet, it's getting pretty late. So that continues to be an emphasis, and it's a real mobile-first world. For LinkedIn, in particular, I think international growth is increasingly important. More and more of our members, 70% of new members, come from outside of the United States.
But there are also a lot of expectations from LinkedIn in the sense of, people have got used to a certain competence and quality and value in being there. What do you think is going to be your next level? Where are you taking us to?
Well, there's a number of things that we're working on. Our mission is to connect the world's professionals and make them more productive and successful. And we're well on the way to connecting the 700 million professionals that we estimate that there are. We have more than 330 million members now. And we're increasingly focused on making them more productive and successful. So one of the things you see is the emergence of lots of different content on LinkedIn. Business content, staying up to date on industry trends. With our acquisition of SlideShare several years ago, a company with a large development operation in India, and the ability to publish your own ideas on LinkedIn.
Right.
This emergence of business content, I think, is one example of the things we'll
is there any special offering that you see for innovators and startups like these? When you've met people in Bangalore, let's say at the Conclave here, so do you sense that there's something lacking, probably some step that they should really take?
Well, here's one of the interesting things. LinkedIn was founded really originally for startups. Because when you're at a big company, a lot of your work is done with other people at your company.
Right.
But if you're a startup with only 4 people, to get work done, you need to rely on people outside of your company. And this is where LinkedIn comes in. It helps connect you to a broader world. It helps you find resources and answers to questions, potential partners. So I think learning to leverage the broader set of weak connections and that are available on LinkedIn is something that startups
and I can't let you go without asking, what's your take on Facebook?
What's my take on Facebook? Well, Facebook's a great company. It's impressive what they've done.
Yeah. Do you use Facebook as well?
I use Facebook to keep in touch with friends and family on social topics, and I use LinkedIn in a professional context.
I guess, yeah, that's the way most of us go. It's been a pleasure having you here, Michael. Also, finally, what is it that you probably see in India that you don't back home in Silicon Valley? Something that you really like?
Other than the food?
India.
Other than the food? It's a younger population here.
Right.
People are very focused on getting their first jobs and doing really well on that first job. And whenever I come here, the number of smart, hardworking, eager young people always impresses me.
Great. So more power to networking, more power to your ventures as well. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.